Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Midwest Whitetail. Appreciate you joining us this week. Myself and Alex Raymond, who's going to be hunting with me this fall as a part of our internship program, are finally out in the deer woods catching up on some project work. And that can only mean one thing. Chasing November Season 8 is finally available. All 20 episodes are live, and you can find those on Realtree 365, Carbon TV, Waypoint TV, and YouTube. For everybody that's taken the chance to watch an episode, we greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked it out. Let us know your feedback. And then the final note before we move on, Chasing November apparel that we teased last week is available for purchase. You can go to MidwestWhitetail.com, find the MW Gear tab, and that'll give you the options. So appreciate all of the support, all of the kind words. Shout out to Gavin. He has worked extremely hard these last months getting the episodes done. And on this week's show, we got an action-packed one for you. We're going to kick things off in northern Missouri with Tyler Behlman. He is going to cover a buck that has shown up recently. It's a big deer and how he's planning to hunt him. Following that, we're going to jump back into Kansas with Chad Holmes. Him and Rye went over there and did some final prep preparing for the incoming deer season. And then finally, speaking of deer season, Andy Melton and David Williams hunted this past weekend in Tennessee during their velvet hunt. So we're going to jump to the woods there, see a cool encounter. And season's officially started. Hope you guys are having a great summer of preparation as well. Let's jump right to the show.
Hey guys, it is the evening of January the 8th. To be quite honest with you, we don't have a lot of bucks that we're looking to target this late season. We do have a lot of really good up-and-comers that we feel like will be good targets for next year, but you know, we work all summer long for this time of year. We have standing grains and greens. These deer are going to be grouping back up and really trying to get their bodies back into shape post-rut. So it's a clear bluebird day. It's exactly what you want late season. These deer should be up on their feet. We've had a couple filter through here pretty early, making their way out to the standing beans. It should be pretty good. I'm going to get settled in here.
It's August the 18th and Justin and I just got up here to the partnership farm. We got quite a bit of work ahead of us here today. We went over to Illinois, picked up this Case tractor and the Great Plains drill from Chad. We think it's gonna be a big game changer for us this year. We finally started getting rains here in Missouri, and there's quite a bit of moisture in the ground. So we've top dressed our nitrogen on the ground. We'll till that in to incorporate it into the soil, and then this Great Plains drill works perfect. It comes back, packs that dirt down, and seals that moisture in, and we think it's gonna really allow us to get great germination on these turnip plots. But we got a lot of work ahead of us here today. We still have some more nitrogen to spread, and we got a pretty big deal that we want to discuss today, and we're pretty excited about that. Well, we just got back here to the food plot location, and I used the Onyx tracking feature to walk the perimeter of this plot and came up with 0.80 acres, so not quite an acre. And we're using straight urea today, so that's 46%. And we know that we want to put down 60 actual pounds of nitrogen to the acre. You take 60 pounds the acre, divided by 46%, comes out to be 130. So we know that we need to put just under 130 pounds of nitrogen down to be close to that 60 pounds to the acre. We're gonna broadcast that nitrogen on top of the ground, come back in with the tiller and incorporate it so we don't lose it through evaporation, and then we'll run the Great Plains drill over it and put down the Monster Bucks Brassica blend, and hopefully that allows us to pinch him down right in front of this redneck that's over my shoulder. Mid-September, early October cold fronts where they get up and they hit the leafy portion of the brassicas, it should be good. We're up here on the partnership farm getting ready to do all of this work for one particular deer, and that's a deer that we call Prince. I first started getting pictures of Prince back in 2020 whenever he was a 2-year-old. 21 he was 3, 22 he was 4, and he has blown into a tremendous deer. You know, I knew at an early age that he could be something special, and I feel like at 5 years old I'm gonna go ahead and put him on my target list. These deer start to consume our lives and it gets really exciting, but I wanted to come back here to the focal point of this property. This is where 2 big blocks of timber meet. I have a big ridge system here that wraps around behind me, and then that rolls down into a big bottom. And a couple years ago we came in here and did a clearing, and as you can tell here behind me, we opened this all up, put a pond in over our shoulder. We have the food plots back there in the background. I have this big tree right over my shoulder. If I don't get on Prince early on in October, I feel like early November, end of October, early November, this is gonna be the spot where it goes down. He was in here all the time last year during daylight, and he actually had a really big fight right here with another mature deer, another deer that is probably gonna be on the list as well. And you could tell that them two were in here ruling the roost. There's a little bit of me that wants to hang 2 muddies in that stand right there and kill him on a cool, crisp November morning. That would be just special, but I'm excited. I'm gonna get back here, get these fall food plots in. Small seed reach. Well, as you can probably tell, Justin and I ran out of daylight there last night, so I decided to get out here to finish these plots this morning. It's a very small seed, so we don't want to get it too deep. We have really good moisture, so we feel like that germination is going to be great, and the seed should get up in no time. But I got Avery and Aiden out here helping me today, so I'm going to jump in the tractor here and finish drilling this plot.
Yep, right there's a turnip. Yep, there.
We finally got the stage set here for Prince, and as time goes on, that anticipation continues to grow. Prince in general on this farm, I don't feel like it's something that I can really pinpoint him early on. I may be able to on a green source, but in the years past, he really does move in as more of a rut deer. He's in here a lot during the rut, and I feel very confident at that time frame. I want to do everything that I can now to try to catch up with him early on a green source. You know, Mother Nature didn't really cooperate this year, and the corn doesn't look great, but there is corn here, and he is here late, as you guys could see from that late season footage. But I'm excited, you know, as time goes on here, everybody's getting their cameras out and the hit list starts to grow, but I don't think that my focus is gonna change off of Prince. I'm pretty excited about him. I know that there could be bigger deer that show up, but these type of deer really get under your skin. It's the ones that you watch, that you grow, that you want to make it. That anticipation grows, and you can't beat that part of it. And for me, that's what I get excited about, is picking out that one specific deer, setting up everything around him to give myself the best odds that I can at him.
right, hold up.
Big boy. Set that down.
Hold on, we hung up on something. Whew. Okay. We're just going right here with it.
I think it's actually going to set more where the trailer is. I think I pulled back a little bit too far.
Okay.
Alright, now let's just walk it my way a little bit.
Okay. All right, guys, so I think we just wrapped up our final work day for the 2023 season here in Kansas. Had a pretty eventful day. We got in here yesterday late, put together, several 5-foot stands and soft shell blinds. I think we actually finished up about 3 o'clock this morning. We got a lot of really good deer. And one of those deer, as we've mentioned before, is that Bucky's deer. Like our first trip here about 4 or 5 weeks ago back in July, we came and we started setting up cameras to try to get, an idea of the inventory that we were gonna have for this season. He's not the only deer, but we do have several really good bucks. But for me, that is the #1 hit list deer that I'm gonna go after here in about 16 days. I'm gonna try to get here early season and while he's in, pretty normal patterns and try to get in here and get it done. But before that, we went ahead and got these soft shell blinds set up today because Mike and Bella is going to be headed over here this upcoming weekend, and we wanted to make sure that they had the right setups for the winds, and hopefully they're going to get it done, be able to wrap a tag around a buck. Super excited about some of the locations of these blinds. We've got one that's sitting over a water hole, and then we've got another blind that's kind of sitting in the central location of the property, and we've got 2 small draws that end up funneling to a larger draw, and we think it's going to be a really good place to hunt mornings as the deer are coming back to bed down. We've got that blind set up, and we really think that that could end up being a key spot for Bella to put a tag on the buck. So couldn't be more excited. Like I said, it's been a busy time for us. A couple days ago, I was actually over in Illinois and went in, finalized our food plots for the fall, was able to get the case and the Great Plains drill and get that job done pretty quickly. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I was so impressed with how easy that was. For me, that was the first time that I had that actual setup. And just the process in general was just so much smoother than the way we've done it in the past. So I'm pretty excited to see what those plots are gonna do. And if you haven't already, take some time, go check out season 8 of Chasing November. Gavin done an awesome job putting that together. And in my personal opinion, it may be the best season that we've ever had. And I mean, it's got me fired up. I know it's got our team fired up, and we can't wait to get in the deer woods here shortly.
It is Sunday, August the 27th. It's the 3rd day of Tennessee's annual, they call it the velvet hunt, which the deer doesn't have to be in velvet to shoot it if they've already started shedding, which we've had reports of some deer that have. We've had a pretty long summer. We've got a lot done, but then again, it feels like we never get everything done that you want to. Any of you guys that plant food plots and manage a bunch of property, that's, how we feel. But we've been able to get rid of anywhere from 50 to 60 hogs over the last 12, 13 months, which has really helped, but they still have ravaged a few of David's food plots at one farm, which you guys will see later on in the season when we're hunting there, when Tennessee's regular season opens up. It is 4:55, and it seems like deer on cameras that we've got out and about usually start moving around 6 o'clock, so we've got about another hour probably. Of course, it is a little bit cooler this afternoon, cloudy. We've actually had some rain popping up in areas. Dave and I aren't just super excited about hunting this really early like this because it is so hot and you have to get your deer taken care of pretty quickly, but when the season's open, you got to take advantage of it and get in the tree, especially if you don't have a lot of time to hunt during the season. Buck I've been hunting He's been here pretty regular. He came through last night about 1:30 in the morning, hoping we can lay him down this afternoon. Just got to make an appearance at least. I think we'll see some deer. What about you, Dave? Think we'll see some?
Yeah, it's cooler.
It's cooler. It does. It's a lot cooler than it was yesterday evening. We only saw 2 does and a fawn yesterday evening. Good thing is this deer that I'm hunting this afternoon, I do have a lot of history with him. Got some video of him last year. I passed him right here twice. Actually right under the cedar tree right here. He come up and made a scrape. He's back this year. He's got a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. Added an 1/8 point out on his left main beam. So I'm hoping he'll show up tonight and we can show him to you guys. It'll be a fun year. Like I said, I'm excited to see how the season goes.
I got a big buck coming back here where the turkeys were. It's that messed up rack. Out in the field. She's not even downwind of us. I don't know what her deal is. Got about 20 minutes of legal light left, but I don't think the camera light's gonna hold out that long. I believe those 2 bucks are still standing just right down here. We never did see them walk out. I've never had them do what they did here before. They came all the way down here below us, walked all the way down to this fence gap, turned and started coming up in here. I don't know, it'd take a miracle now for one of them to come in, but it's possible, I guess. If we do have one come up here within range, we'll show it to y'all. If not, I guess that right there is the only look at antlers you're going to see for this weekend for us. That's all right, though. We'll be back at it here in a couple weeks in Kentucky.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It was a lot of fun start to finish with that buck down in northern Missouri. I cannot wait for opening day to come in for Tyler to start getting after him. You got opening day of youth season coming in Kansas this coming weekend for Bella, so exciting times all around. I finally got some cameras moved today, and so hopefully I can join in on the fun with all the big buck action. But we appreciate you guys joining us this week. Before you take off, stick around for a few-minute video. We're going to be joining Tyler Arnold down in northern Missouri. He's a UC Hunting Properties agent, and he's got an awesome listing for us. 268 acres of awesome whitetail hunting from start to finish. It's got everything that a guy could look for. So if you're in the market to buy, reach out to Tyler. If you're in the market to sell, the whole UC Hunting Properties team is waiting to work for you. Appreciate you guys watching this episode, and good luck to you this season.
Hey, it's Tyler Arnold with United Country Land Pros. We're on our new listing, 268 acres, Putnam County, Missouri. This farm is a must-see. It's one of the top hunting farms on the market with a little bit of everything. I'm excited to show y'all this place today. Let's go take a look. All right, we made it down here to the main destination plot. It's about 7.5 acres on this side of the ditch, and then around 4 acres, I guess back on the east side of the ditch there. This is the south end of the farm. It's the main food source here. Got a couple different tower blinds set up here on this field. Perfect access. What do you think about it?
This is like a dream come true down here. I mean, this food plot sets up perfect. You got great access, a little trail we just drove in, you'd pop in a blind there. You can come in from the other side directly off the road, so access would be key here, but I guess my main takeaway here, Tyler, you could slip in and out of here pretty easily and get away with hunting it a lot as a destination food plot. You know, one of the things I couldn't help but notice too, you guys sent us a pretty good library of pictures in the history, and this farm's been in the current owner's hands for now 30 plus years, and they've taken it serious, because I mean, they're naming them, here's year 1, here's year 2, here's the shed, and voila, here's a grip and grin, right? So these guys took it as serious as anybody, and it shows. The farm's groomed and laid out for hitting a dinger every year, and it shows.
All right, well, here we are right in what I would call the heart of the farm. This farm's got a great trail system. You can get anywhere from the gate all the way through the farm. Connecting trails makes perfect access to get in and out of destination, and all these little kill plots that they got set up between the destination food.
On all the topography, all of it's running virtually north-south, all the draws, and there's multiple draws set up running north-south. They almost all funnel down towards that destination food plot. These, what I would consider very remote kill plots, smaller little third, half-acre plots, they're scattered along these ridges, and boy, sneaking in and out of these, this is like a hunter's dream come true, because there's just so many ambush points. So, you know, another feature, Tyler, that jumps out at me is you got an enormous amount of south and west facing slopes in here. First thing I think of when I see that is I'd love to be in here shed hunting in the spring, because boy, with the big destination food plots and these deer having endless amounts of bedding, there's got to be sheds all over in here come spring.
Well, Kurt, that pretty well wraps it up, man. Thanks for coming down. I appreciate it, enjoyed it. What do you think about it?
I tell you what, anyone looking for a deer mecca that's truly turnkey, virtually everything's set up, but you still got a little room for tweaks or development if that's what you choose to do. But Tyler, if they want to come take a look at it, how do they get a hold of you?
If you're looking for a turnkey hunting farm, this place is it. 268 acres, Putnam County, Missouri. This place has it all. Timber diversity, an extensive trail system all throughout the property, multiple ridge systems running north and south to set up catching that cruising buck, big destination food plots, kill plots, and also has a building site with power and water and multiple access locations on the farm. If you're looking for a place in Missouri, southern Iowa, give me a call, 660-292-4024.